everybody. So today I want to talk about mixing up a blush using our custom blend recipe book. So if you've watched my other video where I mix up a lip, I did talk a little bit about the recipe book. What's great is these are all recipes that were submitted by us in the field that have made them. Now, it's not that you should have to follow this all the time, but really our intention is just to get you mixing a little bit more and getting you to see that there are so many different things that we can make with custom blend, not just foundations. So the other thing that I wanted to point out is over each column, it actually does give you a price, a suggested price that you can retail it for. Now, just remember that is a suggested retail price. That's not what you have to retail it for, but we just wanted to give you an estimate of, what you could retail them for. Now, in the custom blend manual, there's an actual document that has Form 1000 codes. So when you're mixing, you can actually submit those receipts and get credit towards your Form 1000. So make sure that you do that when you do mix up recipes. So today I actually wanted to mix up a blush recipe, and it is called, I have to actually go and find it. It is called Survival of the Cheekest. So I've actually never, or chicest, I guess that would be. I've never actually mixed up this recipe, but by looking at it, it has translucent modifier in, which will sheer it out a little bit. It also has rose quartz in, which if you look at rose quartz, it actually does have a little bit of a rosiness to it. And it has agate, which is a brown, which is going to just kind of deepen it a little bit. And then it also has garnet frost in it. So really absolutely pretty color. Like I said, I haven't mixed it, but I can just tell by the sound of it that that would be a color that I would want. So do you have to go with exactly that? No, but you can mix that recipe and you can always tone it a little bit. If it's maybe too pink or not pink enough, you can definitely add toners to it. So I do have a template that I like to use, and I did upload this to the motives group. And for blushes and bronzers, they actually hold less than an actual foundation. So they actually, most of the recipes in here are going to be about 1.5 teaspoons. So we do have different size containers. We have small, which are great for our lips, eyes, brow pomades, anything like that. And then we also have our medium powder containers, which have a deeper sifter. And so they're going to hold about 1.5 teaspoons. And then we have our large powder containers, which are going to hold 3 teaspoons, which all of our face powders go in. So today's recipe, I'm going to use our medium jar, and in the actual recipe book, it said that you can retail a medium jar for $20. So you can charge that, you can charge $30, you can charge whatever you would like. So I am going to go ahead and use this recipe, so I'm going to just put this right underneath my page, my paper here. All right, so the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to do 1 teaspoon of translucent modifier. So just get out my teaspoon, just kind of roughly do it and put that in my first teaspoon. And then I'm going to use a dash of agate. Get out my dash. Okay. I'm going to use a dash of garnet. Okay, and I'm going to use a 1/4 teaspoon of the rose quartz. Okay. Now, I have had clients that do like the color they're currently using. Maybe they had it discontinued. You can try to mix up a color to match. Here, let me put this more in the camera so you can see. Once you mix a lot, you'll get the hang of how to do it a little bit more. Look how pretty that is. So anytime you want something a little bit more translucent, you can use a translucent modifier and it just won't be quite as pigmented. So perfect for blushes. Sometimes I'll put them in bronzers or even eyeshadows if I just don't want there to be a lot of pigment. And just get all that really mixed up. Oh yeah, I can tell this is going to be a very nice color. And a lot of times I will actually have clients mix up their own color. You can have little samples of these colors made up already if you want, or I'll just ask them questions. I'll just ask them, you know, do you want more of a warmer color? Do you want a cooler color? And, you know, just go from there and you can mix it up and you can do dupes for colors. There's so much you can do. And it's really a way for you to use those toners. Like you could see how much agate I had because I usually use Tiger's Eye a lot more for foundations just to give it more of that darken with a little bit more of a yellow undertone. So it's nice to be able to use those colors that you don't use maybe quite as often. Just go ahead and mix. That is very pretty. Let me actually get a little bit of sample to show you. So you can see, so even though it looks so dark on the paper, because it has that translucent modifier in there, it's perfect for blush because you won't get that streak of color on. You'll just get that nice soft rose color. Very pretty. And when you feel like you have it mixed up, and then I do actually, if I mix up a custom color for my client, I do name it after them because they do like that. But in this case, you can name it what you want. You can use the name in the book and just always keep track of what recipe you used on them. Put in your little sifter. You can see how beautiful that color is. And it's all ready for your customer. So I hope that helps, and I hope it inspires you to try a little bit more of the recipes that you haven't tried yet. Okay, thanks everybody.